Alrighty guys, welcome back to Dutch Diecast Collector. Today a Falcon Models Wings of Fame. This time a South African Air Force One, the Black Widow Mirage. It's missing one clap unfortunately from the gearbox, so I had it at a reduced price from a friend, or at least another collector and known associate, which I was happy to purchase from him because these are really cool models. I can already tell you Falcon Models is not good at putting things on wheels, unfortunately. But let's have a look what parts that we get with it. Because it's a used model, so it's always interesting to see. So, of course, some missiles, one popped off the frame. This can happen. And also here one that's complete. Let's see. Might be that the frame is still under the plane, but we'll see in a sec. But yeah, so we're missing we're missing one gear bay door, which is okay, that's not the end of the world. And we have one missile. Let's see how this looks. I'm curious what's still inside of the box. Let's see. So yeah, one of the frames is still under there. So they sometimes pop off, it can happen. And this one is going to go on its stand anyway. I hope that the stand is complete. It is. It is quite a sketchy box to use. Even the pitot here had a little bit of a banger. The pitot is quite long. I don't know why I left it on there. Usually you need to remove the pitot with the Falcon models. No, so at least it's still straight, so that's good. So one of the missile bays, it popped off. That can happen. It happens to the best of us, unfortunately. Let's see. But also we'll have a look at the plane itself, of course, not just at my plane, how it's looking and how it's doing. Just a pitot that should have been removed, but that's about it. Most interesting thing that happened here. So the fuel tanks, of course, that need to go on. And we're going to have a look when all the parts are on, so I might edit the video a little bit for you guys so you don't have to watch me put together a boring part of this plane. Not that it's boring, but it's a cool plane. My assumption is that not everything fits anymore perfect, and that's with these older generation Falcon models, sometimes that happens. So we're missing one of the gear bay doors, although it's a really cool gear bay door, so if somebody would have one spare, hook me up. I'm happy to buy it from you or her. That's all fine with me. But it all fits quite okay, but the wheels, what I recall from these models, they are quite poor. Poor fitment, at least. It's not the same quality you're used to from Hobby Master, for example. The same with this gear bay door already here. The front, it's going to need some white glue most likely. But as I mentioned, white glue is needed. So in the cockpit, the details are not super bad, but also not super good. Then again, these planes were a lot cheaper back then. Nice rear tail, the chrome and black, or gold and black I have to say. It's a bit dirty. It's been sitting for a while, most likely on a shelf. But for us, it looks quite okay still. It's a nice little plane. So good details. I think it's one of the nicer Mirages that are there. Just the silver here is a bit... The canopies are a bit weak, they flop around. The antennas are nicely detailed. I have to say, it's a nice plane from the South Africans, that's for sure. I've never seen one in real life, unfortunately, but that's still on my wish list of planes that I would like to see. So how does it look with a gear bay door in? Let me have a quick look how these are orientated again. They're not super easy to put together, that's for sure. This is the wrong one, I'm assuming, no. But as I mentioned, the gear bay doors and other parts on these planes, they are just super fragile. So this is the correct one. So it would look something like this. This one actually holds quite okay. So I might swap over to wheels in this case. Not to switching to guns, but to wheels. And they also made slots so you can actually put a little X-Acto knife in there. You can pop out the wheels. This is actually the first one of the Falcon models that I can say the wheels are looking quite comfortable to put it on. So it might be that Mark had it also on its wheels. I would not be surprised. It's always a bit fiddly and diggly to get all the parts on and in. But once you have them all in, it's not bad. Because I remember I have one from Any Nets, my favorite pilot from back in the days. And that one has some gear bay door issues. Now this one actually is not super bad, but also not super good. As you might notice, they just pop out easily. And what happens often, people start gluing these little guys in there with second glue, which is not the best move to do, of course, with a plane. Especially not a nice model like this one. So I don't recommend that. But I get why people do it, because it's sometimes a bit frustrating when you see how hard it is to get things in there, and this one is no exemption. So my recommendation is always a little bit of Pret. I'll put it down on our wheels for a sec. They always sit quite high on the wheels, and this one is also tip heavy, I noticed. So it falls over if you push it, and I had the same with the other one. Because I have the one from Nets, as I mentioned, from Israel. But yeah, they're nice French little jets. The details on the wheels are quite poor. I'm not saying they're bad, but it's also not superb, let's say. Some white glue then does the trick, and this one actually is holding. The engine details are not there. It's just an empty socket, let's say. And also the front is quite boring. It's not bad, but it's not good. Then again, a center missile that you can put in there with on stand, so that's actually really good, or on the wheels. Not sure if this is the one for this plane, but it doesn't hold, so yeah, we'll leave that off. But usually there's a missile that goes in the center. As I mentioned, the gear bay door claps, they're quite poor and fragile, and the quality is really bad. It's on one hand, it's a shame that they quit, but on the other hand, I get why they had to quit, because I'm pretty sure people got fed up at one point with it. Let me unhook you guys to show you the model. But it's a stunner. It's a nice little guy, or girl, whatever it is. But it's a nice plane, that's for sure. So the only thing that I had now is that center missile here, that cruise missile or whatever it is, doesn't fit really properly. The stands are quite okay usually. But also quite poor holding. There you have it all, a nice Mirage 3 from the RAAF, or no, SAAF, sorry, South African Air Force. Yeah, a really cool little plane, as I'm used to from Falcon Models, and I'm going to share that right away. The gear bay doors and the stands are not superb. The costing of the planes are quite okay, but then again, for that price range back then, it was quite good. Nowadays, these things unfortunately go for a lot more heftier penny for some reason. People think they are very rare. Not agreeing with them on that one. Yes, they are rare because they don't be made anymore, but I would not start paying premium money for this. The fitment is too poor for that. But it's a cool model if you really want one, and it's a nice addition to your collection. So I want to thank you guys again for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, as always, and stay safe, and thank you.